We all want to get better at chess, but how do you actually go about that? All sorts of grandmasters and coaches and everyone like that always says study tactics and learn those, and then you'll stop blundering so much. But it isn't that simple. How should we study tactics? What are the training tools we should use? And also, how long and how intensely should we even study this? This is the question I'm going to be answering in today's video, and hopefully it's going to gain you a lot of elo points. Simply because spotting tactics is obviously going to win you games, and avoiding them from your opponent is going to be pretty nice as well. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. First, let's talk about what happens if you don't learn how to do tactics correctly. If your tactics skills are weak, or even below the threshold of your rating, or you're not improving, that's just going to be you're not going to be improving in chess. That's going to lead to plateaus, tough games. A lot of times, even if you get to be winning, you're not going to spot your chances, so it's definitely something you want to avoid if you want to get better at the game. Of course, everyone can play for fun. We all love to play a few blitz games every now and then. If we try and just get a few rating points higher, or even improve as quick as possible, this is the video for you. So first of all, I think we've got something I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with. This is chess.com puzzles. If you're already a chess.com user, you will know about these. Of course, I think you need to be premium to get a decent amount a day, because 5 a day isn't really going to be enough. But as we can see, we do have puzzles, puzzle rush, puzzle battle, daily puzzle. To be honest, I don't really do a daily puzzle or puzzle battle too much. The main ones you want to be doing are these rated puzzles. These ones, it will give you a rating, it'll give you puzzles around that rating for you to solve, and it'll be common themes around your rating level. But the one thing I do find about these online training tools is as you get higher and higher up, the lines you have to find get quite engine-y. That's why it's always beneficial to get a tactics book and not just do these sort of online trainers, because it'll be positions from real games played by humans and you have to find a solution. While you're doing these puzzles, you should actually write down the solutions, which is a bit crazy. So let's just say you should do a puzzle rush, maybe do as many as you're comfortable with, quickly just bashing out the patterns. But once those puzzles do start to get a bit trickier, try and write out every variation. So the move you're going to play, and then not all of your opponent's responses, but all the ones that would cause you any sort of trouble. So like if they have a check, that might be annoying, or any defenses that would be annoying. I mean, you don't have to look at every single pawn move what you would do. I guess normally you'd be checkmating anyway, so that wouldn't matter too much. And then also, after you finish the problem, you have a look and see, did you miss any of your opponent's resources? Say you play the right line, but your opponent plays a move you didn't quite expect, and you have to keep calculating more. Well, that's why you need to keep going. And the reason you need to do this is because in a game, there's no safety net. It's not like you just go and that will be the solution and you go again. Like, there's no guaranteed tactic that's going to be there. And that's the tricky part, because if you play something you haven't calculated thoroughly, and your opponent has a resource you didn't see, that's where the blunders can happen. Another site I also quite like for puzzles is lichess. Here we are on lichess. As you can see, very similar, but the one good thing is you get unlimited puzzles. Lichess is a free website. You can see I'm losing a bit of rating. I was trying some quite hard puzzles earlier, but I have found the puzzles on lichess are actually a bit different. So I'd say mix it up. If you just don't want to pay for any tactic books or anything, play a bit on lichess, a bit on chess.com. There's also another site called chesstempo, which has got some very tricky puzzles on there. So mix up your training, go to different sites. There's a sort of axiom people like to say, which is, oh, if your tactics training is fun, it's not working. I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest. You can have a puzzle rush, you can enjoy that. Like, everyone loves to do a bit of puzzle rush. It's very nice to see that score going up. Can be a magic for your improvement. But it's not going to improve as much as maybe doing a really hard puzzle session for like an hour long, trying to calculate through all these solutions and getting them correct. It's a very satisfying thing to do, but there's obviously a bit more taxing mentally than hopping into a puzzle rush and you're sort of half guessing some of the things and getting them correct. So I can sort of see where they're coming from, but you don't have to be military about it or anything. So the framework you want to have is make sure you're doing those 20 puzzles a day. You can use chess.com or lichess. If you're a chess.com premium member, that could be a bit easier for you. Try and get every single one of them correct. If you're doing a hard one, remember, try and maybe even write down the solutions as you're going. Get down every single move that your opponent could have. If they play something unexpected, that's you failed the problem. So you want to maybe try again. Do those 20, try and focus up. Make sure you can do it in a big block. And remember, a bit of puzzle rush isn't going to kill you. It's not going to ruin your chess. It's just from a huge improvement standpoint, it won't be the most effective way to boost your rating up. But if you're a lower rated player, you're like 400 to 800 perhaps, puzzle rush today is probably going to help you hammer home those really basic tactics and get that done, because when you see a back rank or a hanging piece, you'll be able to capture that much quicker than you would normally. So it's definitely still going to help. As always, the best training is the training you actually get done. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.